Dropped it off in a door. I was rushing to get. That's the bad part. Look how deformed that is. This girl, I was hurrying up, washing cars. I was leaving, trying to give her my paycheck. Literally, she's like, "When do you get paid?" She's calling me like crazy. I used to give this girl my entire paycheck. Never even kissed her. Like, I wish I was lying about that. That's the type of guy I was when I was 18.
Jesus Christ.
She came to the hospital. I thought she was coming to drive me home. She took my perks and left.
Think about like whenever you like when you quit the job at the car wash.
Yeah.
Everybody knew how long you'd been there.
Right.
How much of an impact you had and how many blood, sweat, and tears you put into that car wash. Did you have like a good party on the way out?
Well, I kind of quit abruptly because this guy came up to me. He goes, "You've just been talking about moving to New York. You're never going to do it."
Yeah.
He's like, "You're going to get old and sick just like your dad." And, dude, I just said, "Oh, no, I lied." I was like, "I actually just quit." He's like, "What?" I go, "Yeah, I'm going to New York. I just quit."
Wow.
You know what's funny? I was there for 10 years, and my boss, I did actually quit. I went to my boss, and I quit. And he goes, "Well, you got to put in your 2 weeks." So I was like, "All right, dude, I made it one day." In the car wash business, it's a real corrupt business. So, you get paid by the car. Some cars are real messed up. Like,
right, yeah.
You get paid $35 a car regardless
Yeah, it's
of
a
how
flat
bad.
fee.
And
Yeah.
the car could be completely trash, take you 2 days to clean.
Yeah.
So my boss comes over, and he was a lifelong friend, too, and he comes over and hands me this terrible car because he didn't want to do it. It was just like
yeah.
me and him. And I go, "Yeah, dude, I'm not going to do it. I'm quitting." He goes, "Jerry's not going to like that very much." It's like people don't get it when you say you're quitting. They don't understand what that means.
Well, they think they still have power over you.
Right.
Yeah. Well, when he said you didn't give you 2 weeks, that's a courtesy.
Right.
It's not like some legal requirement. You're not going to it's not going on your permanent record or something.
They tried to make it sound like it was a legal requirement. So I was like, "Dude, what do you mean? He's not going to like it. I'm never coming back. I quit."
Wow.
And I just got in my car and left, dude. The dude was standing holding the keys. He's like, "I'm driving away." He's like, "You got to wash this." I'm like, "Dude, are you stupid?"
Yeah, you have responsibilities.
Right. I'm like, "This is a car wash
You're going to get a write-up. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I stayed at that job like a dumbass. It was the worst job, lowest paid. They wouldn't pay us hourly at all. So we only got paid by the car. And I don't think this was legal. They made us stay from 7 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night every day, even though we might not make $1 for 3 days in a row. If there's no cars,
Wow.
there's no money.
I think legally they can't do that.
Yeah, I think I could have just left.
They got to make at least minimum wage, I think.
Everybody always acts all scared when they're in one of those car wash jobs.
Right.
They try to get you by fear. They're always like, "Oh, we got it good here."
Yeah.
It's like, no, we don't, dude. Some people my buddy's still there. I got him the job when we were out of high school. He just put a thing. He didn't even thank me. He's like, "Yeah, I just got my 20 years. Can you imagine if I was saying," now he's at like 22 years. Can you imagine if I was saying 22 years at the car wash?
In this economy? Yeah, that's what they always say. It's like, "Oh, man, this economy, you can't quit your job."
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we're lucky. We got medical. We were paying for this shit.
Yeah, but still. I mean, like, people, once you get that kind of fear in your mind, first off, people get the fear of, like, this is going to go on my record. And, like, "Oh, I'm never going to have, like, be able to get another job because I'm not going to be able to use this as a reference."
Right.
And there's also just, like, "Oh, I got it good." It's like, you never know what's going to happen if you try to find another job. So it's like, people get stuck.
That's not a West Coast thing, though. Did you have that, too? I thought that was just small-town Ohio shit.
That's a 2026 mentality. That is a TikTok mentality of, like, everybody's always panicking.
Right.
The economy's always about to crash, and everybody's going to be out in the street. So it's like people get, like, super, you get scarcity mindset.
There was one dude, he was the boss. The dude literally acted like a duck, like for fun. They called him Howard the Duck. And he would always threaten that he's going to quit. And they knew nobody will ever work cheaper than this dude because, like, he really had some mental issue. He'd quack and shit when he was working.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, whatever. He's like, "I'm going to quit. I'm going to go to Taco Bell." He'd always say it.
Wow.
And they'd be like, "All right, Howard, it's okay." And they let him do whatever. This dude was the boss, and he was building models. And then he'd be telling us, "Yeah, you got to get these cars done." And we'd be like, "Yeah, dude, why don't you fucking help us? You're over building models. You're 50 years old."
Right.
The dude was good at making those models, though.
But, like, when you actually left that last day, you at least said goodbye to everybody, right?
I drew all over my locker all my sayings. I used to have these catchphrases. And no, I didn't really say bye. I was like, I'm gonna bite it off. I drew a permanent marker. I wrote in the locker.
But you didn't. You didn't at least like shake everybody's hand. Like, hey, I'm leaving.
Nah, dude. A lot of people hated me at that point. I remember one time I tried to make as much money as I could, so I went out with a bang. Because in my mind, I knew I was quitting. I just didn't know when. So I was sleeping in the shop overnight. My apartment didn't even have electric. I was too cheap. I wasn't paying the $120 electric.
Wow.
I was charging my phone in a damn laundromat at the apartment building.
Oh.
I was taking the bus to work. And, dude, so I'd be like, fuck it, man. It takes 2 hours to get to work, 2 different buses. I'm just sleeping here. So I was sleeping there, and I'd work all night because we get paid by the car.
Oh,
So when I was leaving, dude, I started doing all the cars, all the work all night. And I'd have my headphones on, dude. I'm walking in the break room, and I'm singing some song. I'm like, I'll blow your fucking head off, dude. This guy is a cleaning guy and had no clue the whole time I'm living there. There's a cleaning guy cleaning the offices every night. This dude takes off running. The cops showed up. I got busted.
Wow.
Yeah, the boss was like, "What? Why
Working
would
too
you?"
hard.
Yeah, he's like, "Why would you sleep here?" It's funny when you do something so fucked up, a logical person. When you're so broke and you meet a logical, it's like, yeah, because you guys don't pay me enough. That's why I'm sleeping here. You're my boss.
Because I love washing cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so fucking good at it.
You know my paycheck.
Wow. See, that's the thing, though. It's one of the things that, like, I think has kept me at jobs for longer than I should have been there, is just knowing that at some point I'm going to have to tell everybody, hey, I'm leaving. I'm quitting.
Yeah.
First, you're going to have to say, hey, I gave my 2 weeks notice. And, like, you know, this is my last 2 weeks. End of September, I'm leaving. And then the end of September comes along. You got 3 days left, 2 days left. And then that last day, when you say, okay, this is it. I'm done. This is my last day. Somewhere in your mind, you want your coworkers to throw you a little party.
Exactly.
But at least get a cake.
Right.
Everybody stand around. Let's talk about Dan for a little while.
And they ain't doing it.
But that's the thing. What if they don't? What if you're like, oh, they're gonna get me a cake? They're at least gonna sign a card for me. And then the last day, what if nobody even says anything? And you go to shake their hand, and they're like, "Oh yeah, see you later."
Well, they're pissed off you're
That's
leaving.
just rejection. Exactly. Well, that's also that where it's like you have to explain to them that, "Oh, I got a better gig."
Oh,
and they're like, "Oh, how much money are you making?" And it's like, "I don't know. I'm telling you how much money I make."
Right. People are so ignorant to say that.
Well, it's like I mean, your coworkers, you want to know. So it's like, "Oh, well, who are you? What kind of shit are you doing?"
They throw you the cake. Oh, dude, I got a story for you, dude. They throw you the cake when they like you, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're a lady in the office and you're a position of power, you're probably getting the cake, right? Dude, man, there was a dude that worked there, and he would tell us he'd always count down 20 years, and none of us could figure out why he's talking about 20 years because, it's just a car wash job. It's not like a mailman or like a city job. I might tell you the story. Right. Yeah, dude.
This is a classic.
Yeah, dude. And this fucking guy, like, he announced he was done at like a Christmas party, and everybody's like, huh? What? Like, no, you can't quit after it. So he's still there to this day. They're like, you got to be 62. And then he was telling everybody, when I'm 62, bro, Trump just upped it. Did you know that? It's 67 now.
Well, I think the story, as you had first told it, is the guy thought he was getting like a gold watch.
Yeah.
Or like a pension or something.
Yeah, he was like, he thought he was done in 20 years. He's I hit my 20 years.
But it's not like, even if you hit 65, 67, whatever the age is, that's to collect Social Security.
Yeah, the company gives you nothing.
That's not, like, you don't have like a fucking pension coming.
Right.
You're not like a firefighter where like you're getting paid full time after you quit. It's like, no, you just worked a job for 20-something years, and now you don't have a job anymore.
Dude, we're in the car detail shop. That's where we used to throw the parties. It was in service. And, dude, he told everybody that he called people out for being assholes. He cried a little. He's like, I'm going to miss you guys. And think about it. I think back about it. This dude got hired there when he was 21, so he was about my age when he said this.
Right.
Can you imagine thinking you could quit a job when you're 40?
Well, that's what we're always saying. If it was me and you, when we were 21 years old, we started working for a New York correctional facility, Rikers Island. We'd be done now.
That's crazy.
We'd be retired with full pay, full benefits. You'd be working some like nightclub job as a security guard just for extra money, but you'd be getting fucking extra paid through the government.
Damn.
That's actual pension money. You would have been putting up your, they would have. Here's the thing. Imagine the party they throw you for that.
Right.
The last day as a fucking prison guard.
And then prisoners got to watch that shit.
Yeah.
Imagine you're eating the honey buns.
Yeah. You're just walking out. Imagine the last time you got to walk out of Rikers.
Oh, dude.
The other guard on the last guard at the last gate. I bet that guy is just pissed off. He's watching you, just shaking his head.
Dude, the prisoners. Imagine how pissed they are. Because
well, they're used to you seeing you go home at least.
But they get in cool with you.
But they know that you're leaving and you're walking away with full health and full benefits, full paycheck, the rest of your life. And it's you know that the worst part of your life is now behind you.
And the way that time goes, I remember my buddy quit the car detail shop. He became a mailman. I just talked to him. He's been a mailman for like 12 years since I lived in New York.
Right.
So you got to think a mailman's one of those jobs you
That's
do
a
it
government
for 20.
Job. Yeah.
And then you could stay longer after 20 and make like double time.
Yeah, at that point, at the end, you're like the office guy. You're like the manager guy who like smokes cigars in the back.
Hey, you crack jokes, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby.
Same thing with the Army. By the time at the end, you're just a guy, you're just like the drill instructor or something.
And some people never leave. I got a buddy, he did his 20 in the Army, now he works for the government.
But then at any time those guys quit, they're just out. You're the cop, you're a cop for 20-something years, then you're just done.
That's nuts, and 20 years goes by so
25?
fast.
Well, but I mean, those are also the best years. So it's like I think after you've worked at Rikers Island for 25 years, you are a little psychologically scarred.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
You're trying to go through the airport somewhere. They're telling you got to wait in line. Next thing you know, the old instincts kick in.
I worked with a lot of those guys that work at like correctional facilities. They actually go on cruise ships. That's like their life.
Of course.
Dude, and those guys, that you could tell there's no HR in the cruise ship. The shit that they say, they're 15 years behind on what you're allowed to say in public spaces.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, like, I think you get that like jumpiness where you can't even turn your back on people. I think if you're in like a crowded room, you gotta you're the guy who's like standing with the back, looking at the door, analyzing the the positions and everything.
I got that jumpiness just from living in New York, dude. I mean, it's so fucked up when something weird I just happened to
But
be
I mean,
today.
like you've seen guys who are like PTSD, like Iraq War veteran guy,
right?
Who's like who literally can't sit in the restaurant without facing the door.
Yeah, I worked with one of them.
The guy who hears fireworks and he starts crying. It's like some guys. I think you do pay a cost.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine how nuts you'd be being there in prison. A lot of those guys, though, they handle it. Like, they told me, the one dude was telling me, he goes, yeah, it's fun. He goes, if you got a new move, you could try it on them. It's just crazy, just hurt prisoners for fun, like North Carolina prison. He's like, yeah, I dropped a guy on his head. He still ain't right.
I think the first 10 years are probably the worst. Then years 10 to 25, you probably are kind of cruising at that point.
You have to be a big dude.
Yeah.
There's no way. That's the one job where it's like, bro, fuck being like inclusive. You have to be a big dude.
Well, that's not who they're hiring, though. Because those big dudes got other options. You work as a security guard or something if you're a big dude. It's like a 5'3" lady who's like,
It is, too.
250, yeah.
And all the prisoners are hitting.
But it's like that's the kind of lady who's like, she's got to find some other way to defend herself. Or, You saw Diddy just got thrown in solitary?
No. Is that all this Diddy shit? I don't think none of this is real.
TMZ just reported it. He got into a fight in prison, so they threw him in solitary. He's in the in the clink.
But do you think it's just because he has an album that's going to drop and it's made up? He paid somebody?
No, Diddy is in prison.
But in a real prison?
He's in federal prison, yeah. There's pictures of him in federal prison.
He don't have it nice like on a little tennis court and shit?
No. This is in real prison. I mean, he's like, his hair is all white now because he's not dyeing his hair.
That's crazy that somebody with money still gets sent to real prison.
Why wouldn't he?
I mean, I thought to go to prison it has to be a violent crime. Like, I thought if you're like just...
Well, for him,
I don't even know what he did, to be honest.
I mean, he did a lot of stuff, but the stuff they actually found him guilty for was like trafficking and like, soliciting prostitutes and stuff. So it's like, kind of... But it's the kind of dirty crimes where you're not getting into like Bernie Madoff kind of prison. But I mean, you never know who. The thing with Diddy, it's like he's got to have every other prisoner in the place is going to try to test him.
But he's got money. You think he could just pay
He
a couple
doesn't even have money
prisoners?
anymore. He's getting sued for all of his money.
What I don't get is
How much money could you have in prison, anyways? So it's
how's
not-
that little Italian dude not getting jumped? He's in for murder. He's got to be a level. We're gonna classify you max, right?
Luigi?
You think he'd be in max getting beat up
Well,
every day?
he hasn't actually gone to prison. He hasn't gone to trial yet, so he's still in like jail.
Oh, that's why they're keeping him in there.
Well, that's because like they're trying to like actually set up his case. He's been it's fucked up about America. You get you get arrested, you get charged. He hasn't even gone to trial for like 2-3 years.
How's that possible?
That should be. I mean, that's unconstitutional.
You're right. Like
He hasn't even been found guilty yet. He might be innocent.
That's a rare.
They might have
case.
just got him by accident, but you still end up going. You still end up losing 2-3 years of your life in Rikers or something.
Well, they said they ended up looking at a bag in PA where they weren't allowed because they were going by New York laws. My thing is, he capped the dude in New York. Why is he in PA jail? Or is he in New York jail?
He's in New York jail.
Oh, but he ain't in Rikers.
Nah, he's in like Brooklyn, like Sunset Park.
People are, dude, when that dude goes to prison, man, I'm telling you right now, I watch all those prison things. They can't wait to get his ass.
He's like a hero in jail. People love him. All the prisoners are like he's like a political prisoner.
Well,
I think he's actually just like a likable guy. I think the thing with Diddy is I think Diddy is still in jail or he's in prison and he's still trying to order people around.
Oh shit.
He's still when you're a boss, you're always got to be a boss. You can't be a guy. You can't just be a regular guy anymore.
Yeah.
So I think when Diddy walks in the room, he's still like, "Hey, you stand over there.
And
you gotta go. Come bring this back to me in 2 days."
his dick's all hard. He's all horny in there.
And some guys, it's like same thing what you're saying with your boss when you're quitting your job. You're not the boss anymore. Some guys just think they have power over you because they're famous or because they're rich, but it's like I don't have to do what you say.
I bet people think Mangione's in the mafia, and they're kind of leaving him be because of that.
No, they saw. I mean, they think the reason he gets respect is because of the actual crime he did. It's like it's very exciting.
Yeah, that's right. He just went to somebody capped him.
Just walked up to some
Holy
healthcare
shit.
executive and just pulled out the blicky.
And he almost got away with it. It would be crazy if it wasn't him and he was innocent.
Well, they're saying at this point, since the cops are so stupid and they did all this unconstitutional stuff with the evidence, he might just walk off on a technicality. And then they can't charge him again because it's double jeopardy.
Dude, I hate to talk shit about PA cops, but dude, a lot of those small town cops, they are fucking so cocky they get in their own way.
Well, this was like a national manhunt. They were saying they had the picture and everybody, the whole tri-state, every cop in the tri-state was looking for this guy. The whole government was like, this is number one priority. So it's like, imagine you're some dumbass. It wasn't even like Philly or Pittsburgh. This is like middle of PA.
It was in the sticks.
It was in some suburb at like a McDonald's truck stop. So this is like fucking hillbilly cop.
Yeah.
You get trained that cop didn't go to college.
Hell
that is
no.
a GED cop.
Yep.
He went to the academy just because he wants to get health benefits.
Yeah.
He's trying to put in his years. So he doesn't. If you're a cop, there are laws, constitutional laws, First Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Fourth Amendment. You can't just run up into someone's house. You know what I mean?
Dude.
If you pull over someone's car, you can't just go into their car. If somebody has a bag that's closed, you can't just reach into their bag. But try telling that to the cop who's excited.
Yeah, you can't.
The cop who thinks he's going to be the hero, he thinks he's going to collect some cash prize. And so he just runs up and just reaches his hand into the bag and just takes the bag away. And it's like, just you doing that, you've now fucked up this entire case.
And 10 people told him, dude, I had a cop in Ohio, bro, and I moved my girl. She was drunk driving. She hit a telephone pole,
Yeah.
moved her car. She ran to the woods, right? I almost got away with it. I let these cops inside my apartment. I wish I didn't. And then they were like, we need to go in a second time. I was like, look, dude, I've been outside 2 hours. I don't know where she is. And I really didn't know where she was. I had an efficiency apartment. It was one room. Dude, this cop pulls his gun out and goes, I'm going to blow your fucking head off. Dude, instantly, I'm like, all right, you can go in the apartment. But can you imagine?
Well, if you had that on camera, these days you can get the body camera footage from them.
And I would have had an iPhone. This is 20 years ago.
But it's like, they got the cameras on them now. So if you request that footage from the government, now that guy gets in trouble. So now there's actually like a little bit of accountability. But it's also just like, that guy, he thinks that he's gonna be like, he wants to be a cop because he wants to be a hero.
Right.
He thinks it's like a movie where you just kick in the door and you shoot the bad guy.
Yep. And
But
he
it's
had a
like,
fade.
if you do this wrong, any kind of steps, every single step you take as a cop, if you do it wrong, this guy's gonna walk. Even the guy who might be guilty, he might have actually killed somebody. But some OJ shit happens. The cop gets to the scene. He accidentally drops the wrong glove. Something weird happens. Next thing you know, the guy's free.
I guarantee you every single day there's probably 5,000 situations where the cop fucks it up.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, I don't think there is like a real math test that you take or like problem solving, right? I mean, what is the process?
That's the thing with cops is that like the actual bar to become a police officer is so low. You got to go to like one semester of college and you got to be able to run a mile in like 9 minutes.
What?
That is like the entire, I think you got to do a couple pull-ups or something. But that's the only requirement. And then I think once you go to police academy, once you sign up for the academy, they just look at you and they think this guy looks like this kind of cop. So if you're like an Indian guy, they're going to be like, all right, you're probably parking enforcement.
You're a tattletale.
We're putting you on the street to write parking tickets.
Yeah.
You look like a fucking homicide cop.
And they
Put
know,
on a suit. We're going to have you walk around.
They know the Indian dudes love to argue. They're like, he's giving you the ticket.
Well, they know it's him, and it's going to be him and all of his buddies. So,
right.
It's like, we're going to put you with some friends.
Just drinking coffee. Buddy, I wrote the tickets.
It's already printed. Yeah, what do you want? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I like hanging out over here. I get to see the fucking homicide cops by Times Square a lot at night. You could tell they're like 15 years in. They seen some crazy shit. Drinking coffee at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Standing in front of McDonald's.
That's like that's the kind of job though where I think you have a heart attack when you're like 50.
Easy.
Yeah.
They were wrestling
a lot of late nights of Chinese food.
Dude on 8th Ave. This is why I have PTSD. It's ever since I moved to this area. There was a dude on 8th Ave bit somebody. I don't know what I would do. I was there. I didn't see it happen so quick. They just screamed, get off of me. He's fucking biting me.
Oh, wow.
And next thing you know, the cops are just talking to the guy. They're like, why'd you bite him? He's just in handcuffs. It's like, okay, this dude is naked pretty much on the street in underwear. He's not telling you anything.
Right.
Why'd he bite him? It's like, are you really going to ask this dude this question?
Well, but it's like when you try to go to trial, what's the evidence here?
Well, the worst was everybody circled around because everybody's for the criminal in New York. So they're all like, leave him alone. What'd he do? He's like, he bit this fucking guy. It's like, so now you got 10 people with cell phones, and this dude's over here trying to bite the damn cops.
Right. But it's like people always say, it's like, oh, these guys go to trial. They go to spend one day in jail, and they never actually go to prison or anything. But it's like most of the time, unless you have an eyewitness who's saying that guy bit somebody, unless you have somebody saying this guy bit me and I bled this much and I have these records, then there's no actual case. So you end up, there's nothing you can't actually get convicted of something like that unless there's some sort of actual,
Dude, if somebody bites me, I'm going to trial.
You think that, but then that also means that you got to go to a place. You got to put on a suit. You got to wake up in the morning. You got to go downtown.
Damn, you're
it's
right.
It's a fucking pain in the ass. You have nothing. You have nothing to gain from it.
Right.
What are you going to sue the guy? You're going to sue a homeless guy?
You're right. Dude.
You have nothing to gain. It's like, no. The cops ask you what happened. You say nothing. I don't want to deal with this.
Wow.
There's nothing. It's not like people act like everybody wants to like be part of the justice system, but it's like, no. That means that is at least 4 different phone calls.
It's probably 4 months.
And paperwork, and you got to wake up and you got to go downtown to the courthouse. So it's like that is way too much work.
Dude, I remember one time I called the cops because this guy physically threw me out of a McDonald's. Like, I was a little drunk, and I was mad. My fries were sitting there. It all started because I had that app, and they caught on to me.
Yeah.
It was by LOL.
Yeah.
So I kept getting free French fries every day.
Free Friday. Yeah, French Fry Friday. I had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, dude, so I'm hitting them up 2-3 times a day, right? So the guy's
you spend like $1.
And I looked homeless.
Yeah.
And the guy's like started using me. He goes, hey, man, buddy, can you pick up that wet floor sign? And I went off on him.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I'm not picking up he's like, I'll give you an extra fry for free. I was like, I'm not picking up a fucking wet floor sign.
I have the app.
Yeah. So, dude, they had my fries sitting behind the counter, and he wouldn't give them to me. Dude, I'd go behind the counter. Before I knew what happened, I seen my feet dangling, right? Dude, a fucking retired cop couldn't wait to pick me up.
Wow.
Dude slams me on the streets, and I called the cops on him, and they're taking my name down. I had a warrant.
Oh, wow.
They're like, tell us where you're at right now. I hung up the phone. I dealt with the warrant later.
Wow.
You had a warrant for sleeping on the train. I was so scared.
Wow.
Imagine you know, something that dumb you get yourself arrested for.
That happens all the time. And half the people in Rikers are there for like parole violation.
So dumb.
Some shit that you don't even realize. Some ticket that just never got resolved. You thought, oh, they would have come after me if it was serious. And then next thing you know, that's strike 3. You're out.
And you got a shank because Rikers is no joke. And then you're doing life. Somebody banged you. And
all
then
because you
wanted
wanted to just get some free fries and you wanted to stand up for yourself. You thought that this is going to be the moment where I finally, make a point to,
Dude, the amount of shit I did on alcohol, I mean, it's such a blessing that I'm off alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
I should have been beat up a lot more.
Yeah. Well, you think how hard, I mean, this is a Norm McDonald joke, but it's like what it's like to be dead sober.
Right.
In that same situation. You would never go behind the counter to grab those fries. That wouldn't even occur to you.
Right.
You would be standing there saying, "Excuse me."
Yeah, do you mind? Could I please have those fries? I just got them.
I have an app. Yeah, I can show you my order if you'd like.
Yeah.
Whereas the drunk guy is just jumping over there, like,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing with New York is like people say, "Oh, security guards can't touch you," and this and that. Dude, they're hiring crazy security guards at McDonald's in Times Square.
Well, I mean, most McDonald's don't, but that McDonald's is going to have a couple guys. I mean, it's Times Square security guards.
And this was before the pandemic.
That's real aggro shit. Yeah.
Yeah, shit was wild back then.
Yeah. Imagine, just getting tossed out on the street. I think in, the 1970s, that was, a regular thing in, the East Village. You would literally just like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just thrown out.
It's crazy.
You just land on some garbage, and you just turn and look at the guy. I'll be back.
You realize how light you are. Like, me and you aren't really big
dudes.
Man.
Yeah, it's the worst. We've said this before. That's one of the worst feelings of all time as a man, is seeing your own legs dangling.
Yeah.
When you realize your feet are no longer touching the ground, and it's horrible.
All you hear is grunting, and some dude's just manhandling you.
Well, it's like for a second you feel weightless. You feel like you're flying. And then you realize, this guy can do anything he wants with me.
Imagine that happens in front of your girl. You get tossed out of a McDonald's. I'm sure that happens to people.
People say, Mexico or these Colombia, people get kidnapped. And they say, oh, how could you get kidnapped? It's like, because a guy fucking picked me up. This guy was big. I'm a small guy. He picked me up. It's like I didn't have a vote.
Right.
He was just next thing I know, I'm in the van and I'm getting my head cut off. But it's like I didn't. He could do it. Anybody can do it.
Wow, that's why they call it kidnap, because it is like you got to snatch somebody the size of a kid.
Well, once you take a guy, once you are in the position where your legs are no longer, where your feet are no longer touching the ground, you don't have leverage anymore. You can't throw a punch without feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're just all you can do is reach out and try to scratch the guy.
Try to bite him or something.
Hey, you're saying help in Mexico.
Where do you think it's the hardest to become the cop? Where they actually really follow the laws good? They're smart and shit.
I mean, the hardest cops, those are it's in just bad neighborhood kind of places.
L.A. and New York. But
LA.
I mean, the smartest, some real, there's tests. Do you think anywhere in the world?
Intelligent cops.
Well, where is it? There's got to be somewhere where
America has, the most, hardened police. But I think that if you're actually, a smart person and you actually, you were, analytical, that's when you end up with, FBI.
Right.
That's when you're Secret Service, FBI, CIA, and you're actually you wake up and you're it's the kind of guy who lives in an empty apartment.
Yeah.
His refrigerator has got 3 things in it.
That seems
all the bottles are facing the same direction.
Your wife's cheating. It just seems like such. You know who the biggest asshole cops are? State Highway Patrol.
Oh yeah.
State police. I'm sure the Texas
sheriff,
rangers.
Yeah. Well, those guys know where it's they don't have their jurisdiction is not they don't answer to the mayor. Each
Man.
of those sheriffs is like his own little governor.
No
So,
way.
so he can, or like, all he answers to is like one guy. Whereas any beat cop in New York City, he's got a ladder of people on top of him. But once you're like that small town sheriff, it's like you basically do whatever you want.
My grandfather was a cop and he couldn't read or write. He would have to call my grandmother how to spell the police report and she'd be changing it because he was so rude.
Wow.
And he stayed a cop forever. I mean, even after they took his everything away from him being a cop, he snuck a badge. He had dementia, and we all still thought he was a cop. We found out he hasn't been a cop for like 6 years. He just drove around with a light on his car and a badge, and
Wow.
he'd pull people over with dementia and shit.
Oh, wow.
And they wouldn't know what the fuck,
Yeah, I mean, if a guy pulls me over, I'm just kind of believing he's a cop.
Right.
And
Imagine he's 71 years old.
wow. Yeah, he's citing some law they don't even have
He
anymore.
can't read or write. I mean, you're looking at your ticket like, what the fuck is this?
This guy's eating chocolate on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a ticket.
But they ended up busting him. He started pulling his pistol out, and they had to, they were like, we got to put you in a home.
Wow. See, that's the other thing, though, is that, like, during, like, World Cup, I was always watching soccer in, like, public. Anytime there'd be, like, a big projector somewhere on the street, or I was downtown at the mall, or, like, in the park or something. Anytime there's, like, an event in New York City, just regular, family event, they, like, by law, they have to have a bunch of cops there who are, like, working the event. So everywhere I go, I can see the cop who just got the sweetest gig of the day.
Right.
This cop's at a soccer game. There's like 50 cops, and they're all just standing there. Because there's some cop who got assigned to like, oh, we're sending you up to the Bronx today.
Yeah.
You got to go chase some like drug dealers. Whereas some other guy, it's like, hey, Jerry, go downtown to the mall and stand there for 10 hours.
Do you think that's because they know the guy, or is it a random pick? Because what if they send that Indian dude to the Bronx?
Exactly.
Somebody's taking his
this is the
gun.
thing. This is also like I think they just look you up and down. Like, this guy can't fight. So it's like, we're not going to have you embarrass us by sending you out to East New York. So it's like, we're giving you the easy gig today. You're just watching the Dolphins.
You could tell the cops were nothing phases them. It's like, the one's full sleeve tattoo.
Yeah.
You could just tell it's like nothing phases this dude.
Well, anytime they have like a parade or there's like a protest, or there's like, BLM protests or something, there's going to be like literally 1,000 NYPD cops just standing there in the street. And they're all getting overtime. They all know exactly how much time they have on the clock, how much money they're making. None of those guys give a fuck about anything.
Is it still dangerous to be a cop in New York?
Nah. People love saying that kind of stuff when it's like, oh, these guys are sacrificing their bodies for your safety or whatever. They're putting themselves on the line. No, they're not. They're fucking standing around. I can look at you and see you're not doing anything.
I thank the cops for serving. I go, thanks for serving, because I'm just like,
For what?
man, I don't know, just standing there.
That's what people think. This is people believe what you tell them.
Yeah.
If you call yourself a hero, people are going to think you're a hero. But it's like, okay, I'll give you every once in a while, cops do some heroic shit. The vast majority of police do absolutely nothing.
Well, when you thank a parking meter cop, they think you're trying to piss them off.
Yeah. Most cops are literally just standing there. They look at their phone. They gamble a little bit. You can see them on FanDuel on their phone. Besides that, they're not doing anything.
Well, I get mad when I see them taking pictures with baddies, and the baddies wearing the hat or holding the club. It's like, come on, you can't be doing that on the clock.
Oh, this guy's playing basketball, being all friends with everybody.
The best thing is, I say this all the time, dude. I drive back and forth from Ohio. All these cops on the freeway are sitting on their phone on TikTok. Everybody's blowing right past them.
Oh, yeah.
It's like nobody's sitting there and just looking at the road. You think a cop's going to sit there and look at the road for 8 hours when they got TikTok?
Right.
They're looking at people going in front of other cops being like, hey, technically by law I can do this.
You know what I think? We got to make a law, if I'm ever mayor. Police officers should not be able to swear.
That's a good one.
I don't like that.
Me neither.
It's unprofessional.
And they say it a lot.
If there's a cop and it's like, hey, get the fuck out of here. Go up the fucking stairs on the right. It's like, no, that's not right. We got to start. This has to start. You have a duty as a police officer.
I like when they pair the guy
Say
cop
please
with
and thanks.
they put the girl cop and the guy cop together, and the girl cop's hot, and you see that guy cop being an asshole to everybody,
Yeah.
just trying to show off.
But it's like I think if we start a culture of police officers can't curse anymore, you have to use like proper language. I think that's gonna like change the culture of NYPD. It'll make them friendlier,
I could see that.
more professional.
I like the ones
I just don't like cops shouldn't just be regular. Like you can't just talk to me.
right.
You can't just be a guy who's like just asking people questions and stuff.
You're an
It's like,
authority figure.
yeah, there's laws here.
They beep at me. They go, "I love your videos, man. Museum of the Dog."
Yeah. This place is a piece of shit.
It's crazy, you know. You think that I get in trouble for that?
Yeah. Well, let's plug some dates, huh?
Yeah, we got, dude. I'm waiting to hear back. I mean, either way, I bought a ticket, but I think I'm gonna fly out to Washington, Tacoma, Washington. Is that Washington?
Wow, you bought a ticket, you don't even know.
I didn't buy the air flight yet. I want to see if I get in the festival, but either way, I
right.
bought a ticket to the festival, but I submitted a video. I didn't hear back from them. I thought you normally hear back quick. It's in like a month. I mean, when do you think I'll hear back?
You have to buy a ticket to perform at the festival?
No, you have to buy a ticket to. The ticket allows you into like all these open mics and the seminars and all these meetups with people, but
You gotta buy it though. They don't just
yeah,
let you in if you're.
$37.
Wow.
I submitted. It's $37 to submit to the festival.
Oh, that was just your submission fee.
Yeah, but with the submission fee,
Oh, okay, yeah.
you also get, with that 37, you also get into like every open mic for a week, and you get to like, hang out with, I guess, producers or whatever. But
Yeah, comedy's a fucking scam.
the main reason I'm going is because evidently there's a showcase show for Netflix.
And comedy is a fucking scam.
Bro, it's the biggest scam in the books.
I cannot believe it. And no, what other business? Like I'm saying, imagine like you go to like become a police officer, you go to police academy, and you want to sign up to work at Rikers or something, and they're like, hey, just so you know, if you want to, the application's going to be $40. That would never happen.
Right.
You would zero chance. There's going to be a fee where you have to pay to submit.
Even
No,
comedians.
that's not how jobs work.
Bro, comedians, some of the comedians are the biggest scammers, those old-timey guys that been there for... Dude, this guy gives me a tag on the cruise ships. I don't want to say his name. He wouldn't leave me alone. The tag sucked. He wouldn't leave me alone all week. You got to try it. I tried it. It does terrible, right?
Yeah.
He's the only one laughing.
And they call me dumb.
Right. He's in the back going nuts.
Yeah.
Dude told me I owe him $500 for it. I'm
Wow.
like, are you nuts, bro?
Yeah.
He's telling everybody, yeah, I wrote his whole act. He won't fucking pay me. I got friends hitting me up. Yo, is it true so-and-so wrote your whole act? I'm like, ask yourself that question.
And that's why they call me dumb.
Yeah. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah. Oh, man. What a fucking scam.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to get real jobs.